feels like it happens in 5
seconds.
seconds.
And I try to call my sister-in-law first. And so then and as I'm calling her, then I'm thinking, call 911.
Yeah.
I called 911, and I got to speak to Bradley Summers, who is awesome.
Yeah.
And I want to say thank you to all the firefighters and TJ. This was wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah. And all the guys, there must have been 8 or 10 guys there.
Yeah.
And Christy, and anyway, it's very interesting. So, fortunately, the car tipped up this way, so I could roll down my window and sit out on that little ledge. So, and it stopped raining. So I just basically got to watch the rescuers. They were awesome, and but that's a really weird feeling. And then I was there, and then another car came down and hit my car, hit this big debris.
So it came after you?
Yes. And I'm like, because I kept thinking they've got some kind of a little vehicle out there with lights on, you know, that's rescuing me. Well, it was actually somebody else's car that had floated on down, and it's a little car, almost completely submerged. I said, "There's a car out here. You need to get them first. You know, what if they must really be panicking because they would have this much air, you know." And so, fortunately, they got a call that said that the people were up on Spicewood Springs and they had gotten out of their car, but they reported that their car floated down the creek, you know. So, and it's amazing because when you, and like everybody that goes over a water crossing, it was not very wide, you know, and it was dark, very late, and it wasn't raining, and I'd crossed over that many times, but man, all of a sudden, I got about halfway across, and it just started floating. So I would credit God. All the angels were with me. I was praying, so I was very calm. But you have to be thinking about, well, is the window going to roll down? You know, when is the electricity going to go out? And I'm glad I'm okay.
How quickly?
And I would like to say also that the Nissan Frontier 2012 that I had was awesome. Her name was Shorty. She had a little short bed. And I'd just gotten her all spiffed up, all the dents taken out, and there she's down in the creek. But anyway, it's so funny. The guy says, "Do you want, this is fire, ambulance, or whatever."
You have your phone on you?
And I said, like, "What do you need?" And I said, "I don't know what I need." I said, "But I am down here on Spicewood Spring, floating down the river." And I said, "I need a helicopter." Anyway, everybody was wonderful. And
how quickly did they work? Like when they came?
Very quick. It seemed like maybe 20 minutes, you know, because they had to come into the woods, down, you know, about a quarter of a mile, down to the base, and then they had to get the ropes from the shore, you know, out to where we were, and so it didn't seem like it was very long at all. I couldn't hear them much. It's like, I can't really hear what you're saying. I said, but I'm going to sit right here. He said, you stay there. I said, okay. So. And I was more concerned about their safety, you know, because you could see the water rushing. The gentleman on the phone from 911 said that what happens at this time of the year with these kind of floods is that we get this huge surge, but it's going to subside. You know, by morning, he said, the creek bed's probably going to be dry, and your truck is going to be out there, you know. And I said, well, and we had thought for a second, maybe we would just wait a few hours and just let it subside, but it was really subsiding very quickly. And so they were able to use the rope, and so we held on to each other's. They gave me a life jacket, and we held on to each other's vests and got out. And so anyway, that's weird. That was really weird, but I don't know what to say other than I don't usually ever cross those water crossings, but it seems so not very wide. Anyway,
you don't seem. I mean, right now you just had a brush with death, possibly. You seem
so calm.
You don't seem like you're upset.
Well, I'm a believer. I believe God was with me. And the really hilarious thing, I was watching Evan Almighty, and if you've ever seen that movie with Steve Carell, it's about where he's Noah and they're building the ark and talking about the flood. And so I was almost giggling at first. I thought, this is just like what, you know. But anyway, I'm a believer. I am a nurse, an RN. I believe in angels, and all of those firefighters were like angels in heaven. They're not little tiny things that sit on your shoulder. I mean, they're huge with wings. And so you have to call 911, and you got to stay calm. I mean, that's the only two things I could do. I'm stuck out there, you know. So everybody else's lives were in danger more than mine, I think, you know. So you just kind of have to go with the flow. I already had a plan too, because if they came out and their big bodies shifted the truck or something, there was a little tiny tree in the midst of all of that stuff, and I thought if that car shifts one bit, I am going to like wing over to that tree and grab a hold of it. So I kind of already had a plan if I was going to completely go under, but I don't think it was my time for certain. I am a believer. God bless all of you for being here.
What did the water look like around you? Try to describe it since we weren't there. What did it look like?
Oh yeah, it was rushing really fast, and actually as I'm floating down sideways, kind of down the river, I guess the debris from way up top, you know, all the sticks and stuff, were getting caught ahead of me because it was just flowing dirty water, you know, and but as I got stuck, you know, in this kind of like bunch of sticks and trees and things, there were also more sticks coming down. So I thought, well, the only other thing I can do besides call 911 and be calm is I thought, what if some branch comes like jettisoning over the top of my car, and I'm sitting out there with my head up out, and it just, you know, kills me that way. So I was actually my part was watching the rest of the stuff coming down the creek so I wouldn't get hurt by something stupid, you know, that was in the water. So anyway, wow. I'm just so sorry. I have to get everybody out. But thank y'all so much for saving my life. You know, that's awesome. Thank you.
Of course.
Okay. My sister.
Did you
Say your name for us and spell it, please.
Julie Butler, Julie, Roush, Roush, Butler, Butler, Julie Roush Butler.
do you live in the area?
I live in Temple, but I'm a pet sitter. And so what I had done is Sophie, the dog I was watching, is afraid of the thunder. So that's why I waited so late to come out. I thought, okay, it's subsiding, and I need to go take care of Widget, give her nighttime medicine. So I got out. That's why I was so late, you know, being out, because I was
Taking care of the
yeah,
dog.
because I would have probably done it at 8 or 9 o'clock, but the thunder was awful, and she was kind of circling the coffee table. So I was trying to put her little thunder jacket on her and everything like that. So anyway, I'm from Temple,
Gotcha.
but I'm in Austin doing my pet sitting.
Right.
So
So you're headed back to Temple now?
no, I'm gonna go
Oh, you're
finish
gonna
my
go-
job.
oh,
I gotta
okay.
go